Next up, we have the Houston Texans. So let's see. The Houston Texans are in the AFC South. Last year, they made the playoffs and blew a lead against the Chiefs. Some people would look at that as a negative. I think it's a positive that they were able to get a lead on the Chiefs at all. They play against the AFC North and the NFC North, which is kind of a negative for fantasy football in general. But they're a pretty good offense. You're not going to bench any of these guys just because of the teams that they're playing against, and I wouldn't use it as a reason to not draft any of these players. So the Texans are plus 5,000. That's a very good number. I would highly suggest considering that number. That's crazy, plus 5,000. And then win totals, we have 7.5. I like the over. I like the over there. Let's take a look at the rosters just to make sure that they have a somewhat similar team, so that we can feel good about it. Jonathan Joseph, whatever. Losing DeAndre Hopkins is big, but I'm pretty sure that they've done a decent amount to kind of replace him. Barkevious Mingo is a good player. Kind of stinks to lose him. Jernigan, Colvin, I think are both good players as well. But not like franchise changers, I don't think. Randall Cobb from the Cowboys, that's a good addition. Randall Cobb is a good veteran to have around. Michael Thomas played pretty okay for the Giants last year. The Giants had a bad defense all year. Like I said, I'm a Giants fan. I know. Brandon Cooks is a great addition. I think that he fits in really well with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has a pretty big arm in terms of being able to throw it downfield. Brandon Cooks should be running a lot of flyers, getting downfield. Very good for best ball. If he can stay healthy, I would love to have Brandon Cooks. And I already do have Brandon Cooks on some of my teams. So definitely interested in that. Philip Gaines, doesn't really matter. David Johnson, I like David Johnson personally. Vernon Hargraves was a high draft pick, but he's kind of undersized. I think he's probably better than what we saw when he was on the Buccaneers. Deshaun Watson, I love Deshaun Watson. You have to draft him pretty early, but not as early as you might think. I think that he's a very good best ball option this year. David Johnson and Duke Johnson are also very good best ball options in my opinion. I think if one of them was to go down, the upside is even higher. I think Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, Kenny Stills, Randall Cobb, and Kiki Cutie are also good options for best ball. I will have a lot of Texans in general. I can't believe that their win total is 7.5. Like, people are probably overvaluing how much DeAndre Hopkins was worth. So I kind of have to think through that a little bit more and listen to what some other sharp people think about the Texans. But my gut says the Texans should be fine. I don't know why they would expect such huge regression from them. They still have Deshaun Watson. Darren Fells was an okay fantasy tight end, but you really don't want him to be your number one option ever. So if you have Deshaun Watson, pick him up as your tight end too. I think that makes sense. But that's basically it. I'm not going to spend too much time on a lot of these teams when the players are pretty obvious, unless I have like a huge difference of opinion from everyone else. So let's move along to the next team.